Welcome, investor. Today we are in the city of Miami, Florida, in the United States, and I want to tell you why do I invest in Brazil and not in Miami, despite probably Miami is one of the best city globally overall. Let's get to it. So let's start with the main point, the entry price. Here in Miami, if you go to the best areas such as Brickell, it's very hard to find properties below the $350,000, $400,000 threshold. So while in Brazil, if you go, for example, to São Paulo, Florianópolis, or another city, I mean, with that amount, you can buy multiple studio apartments, rental studio apartments. So that's where we go to the next point, that is diversification. So if we diversify in Brazil with $400,000, I mean, you can buy probably four studio apartments or more, and that allows you to diversify in different regions of the same city, different neighborhoods, or in different cities, or even in different states of the country. And that's a very important point. Then next is the environmental cost. What do I mean with this? Here in Florida, I mean, the insurance premiums are very high due to the chance of getting a hurricane here in Miami or other cities that impacts, of course, on the cost of the insurance. Instead, in São Paulo or in Brazil, the minimum cost of insurance is very low because it's the fire insurance against fire, against, it's the basic premium that you pay, probably $10 to $20 per month. It's very cheap. Another very important point is the short-term rental freedom. What do I mean with this? Here in Miami, if you rent an Airbnb, you will find out that they are more or less located in all the same buildings. So there are a few buildings that allow Airbnb short-term rentals on platforms, while the vast majority, they do not allow short-term rentals. So that's another very important point. On the other side, so in Brazil, it's a growing trend. I mean, we have many developments. There are made specifically for investors that want to buy to rent for short-term rentals. So we also have to consider the gross to net yield. So here the operative costs are much higher than Brazil, but they are not compensated by a much higher rent. So I mean, you have the higher rent, of course, but the HOA fees and the taxes and all that stuff, they have a big impact. So going from a nominally high in dollars amount of rent down to a much lower amount of net yield that you get, okay? Because you have to deduct all the operation costs. And here they have a high impact. Finally, we have to consider that some sources such as UBS Bank, they are putting Miami at the top rank of the real estate bubble. So the chance of getting a bubble here is high. Now with the political situation in New York, many wealthy people are going to emigrate to Florida and invest here. So probably that would help in the bubble sense, but the prices here have gone up so much later in these latest years. So we have to consider that as well. I mean, while on the other side, in Brazil, the risk of bubble, according to the same source, is practically zero. I mean, to summarize, we have so many motivations to invest in Brazil and not in Miami, but of course, I'm not saying that investing in Miami is bad. I mean, myself, I'm considering investing in Miami in the future. I don't know when, but probably I will. Or probably I will keep renting Airbnb. It's much cheaper. I don't have to worry about the insurance and hurricane insurance costs and all those fees that impact my yield, basically. So still, this is a city that I advise everyone to visit at least once in a lifetime.